I'm looking for a new scale that's more accurate and reliable. I haven't found the right one yet, but in the meantime I did come across this. This scale is from Smart Chef. I've been intrigued by the idea of a smart scale, but based on reviews I've seen, I couldn't justify buying one. But for $20 I figured it's worth a shot, and I decided to try it out. This scale might look familiar. It seems to share much of the same hardware as the G-Dealer, a good cheap scale that many are familiar with. There are differences, as you can see here. The Smart Chef offers 3 units of measure: grams, pound, and milliliters, but you get the other units through their app. On the G-Dealer, all of the available units are accessible from the scale. I still need to research this, but the Smart Chef seems to be less accurate. Here I'll recalibrate to see if I can re-establish a baseline. I've already calibrated the G-Dealer using the same calibration weight. It still doesn't register the 50-gram weight properly. This scale has a rechargeable battery. Micro USB isn't the best to deal with, and my solution here is to use a magnetic charging cable. I do this with most of my devices, and it makes things convenient. Also, I prefer a clean, simple design, so the branding here is a little distracting for me. I cut out a pad to place on top of it, using a silicone sheet that I had handy. I wish I had a color that better matches, but for now this will do. I might be implying that it's not a good buy, but I'm actually really happy with it so far, and I think it has a lot of potential. It connects to your phone through Bluetooth, and that opens up a lot of possibilities. The beauty of this is that they can always add more features through software down the road. You're not limited to just what you can do directly on the scale. Right now, I'm really enjoying their Smart Logs Pro app. It's a simple tool that allows you to record readings from the scale. I use this to record flow rates when I do pour-overs. I've been analyzing flow rates between different brewing recipes and also noticing patterns related to pour-overs in general. This will allow me to better understand what's actually happening during the brew. It's also been a great way for me to analyze my own technique. This time around, I'll be using a recipe that's pretty much an osmotic flow method. After recording, I realized you can't see the app clearly. So to help showcase the app, I'm overlaying a demo of how it works. Hitting this button records time and weight. This might be useful if you're recording stages of your brew. And here's how you clear the entries from the log. This auto button allows you to record based on an interval, for example, every second. It starts recording the moment it detects a change in weight. When you're done, hit stop. It will continue to register changes, but it won't record them. You can then export the log. It gets saved as a CSV file that you can then analyze in your spreadsheet software. They have several more apps, and I'll point out a couple here. This one helps you with brew ratios and steps you through a pour-over recipe. This one is a simple digital readout, but has an automatic timer. It's meant as a good alternative to the scales interface, which doesn't have a timer. I think these are a great start, but so far I haven't found them user-friendly, and so I don't really use them. But for $20, I'm not complaining. Also, Smart Chef support has been very responsive, so I'm hopeful their software will continue to improve. I finished with my brew, and this one was pretty fast. Probably too coarse of a grind. I know this chart is not the most intuitive at first glance, but here I compare the black lines to the blue dashed ones. The closer they match, the more ideal the brew. The black horizontal line is my average flow rate, confirming that it was high compared to the ideal. I can also see with the green line that the flow rate dipped in the middle of the pour, so I wasn't consistent. Here's a chart of the same method from a previous day. This pour was much better. And with this one, I used a 4-6 method. It was also good. It's pretty interesting how they both arrived at similar results in terms of brew time and flow rate, but they both took a different path to get there. This speaks to how one recipe might bring out something different than another. I'll be making more videos along the way to share what I learned. At the end, I hope to have some conclusions that can be shared and used in an intuitive way. In the meantime though, some of these videos might get a little into the weeds, but I hope they'll still be helpful.